From the basement of the Hopheads Guide to the Galaxy World Headquarters located in northern Colorado, this is the Hopheads Guide Podcast. I'm Matt Reber.
I'm Brown Jake. If you lose market shares, can you find them in Ohio? And if you drink enough craft beer, would you actually draft a quarterback in your first round of your fantasy football draft? We answer those questions and more on this episode of the Hopheads Guide Podcast.
Hopheads and beer geeks, welcome to another episode of the Hopheads Guide Podcast, brought to you by Beerds by Nick. With me, as always, is the man who always lets his barley wines breathe, Jake the Brown Guy.
Breathe down my throat.
God, you love barley wines.
I love a great barley wine. I came across a couple ones that were not so great that I don't want to mention, but I don't know where they're going with it. I had an actual barley wine that actually tasted it would actually taste like a decent stout, which
okay. Yeah.
I was saying like the beer tastes good, but it didn't taste like a barley wine. This beer, I was looking forward to having barley wine. I looked at it Untapped. It was rated really high. I popped it open and no characteristic of a barley wine. Yeah. It had some great chocolate notes to it.
Yeah.
And some dryness to it that I was like, this looks like almost like a blonde stout because of the lightness to it. It looked like a barley wine, but it tasted like a stout. So I was like, oh man, I was like so kind of disappointed. I was like, it's a good beer, but it's not what I expected. But I'll drink it. I'm not going to drain pour it. It's a good beer, but I'm not going to rate it because it's not a barley wine.
So what do you want in a barley wine?
I don't know. I like a little bit of sweetness to a barley wine, like a hevier malt build. I don't want chocolate. I don't want chocolate. Okay. I don't know. Like for me, a barley wine, it has to have a little bit of a kick to it, maybe a little bit of heat, like from the alcohol. But I don't know. It's
lots of alcohol. Yeah. That's what you want in a barley wine.
Oh, yeah.
You want
I wanted like a 17%.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just hate it when that just threw me off.
It's all about, to me, it's all about when I drink wine because I want that really good buzz really quickly because I don't like the sweet. I don't like the fact that it's really sweet, but I like the fact that I get a buzz like...
Oh, yeah, instantaneously.
Like first glass, I'm like, yeah, right. I'm feeling pretty good right now.
Oh, yeah.
So, I mean, I like barley wines kind of for the same reason, is because I can get past the sweetness of them to get into the 10 to 13% alcohol that most barley wines are. Now, we're drinking a barley wine right now.
Oh, yeah.
We're drinking Old Hickory barley wine. It's Irish Walker barley wine, aged in, I believe, bourbon barrels. I'm not sure. It is a Great American Beer Festival silver winner and a World Cup Beer Silver Award. So, I mean, by terms of barley wines... should be a pretty fucking good barley wine, right?
Yeah, it should be the top of the shits.
Right. But how do you feel about
it? For me, it has a great flavor, but it feels a little light. So to me, this is like a barley wine light.
So you want body with your barley
wine?
I
want a little bit more body, but it also feels like there's no alcohol percentage over, I'm guessing, 7.
10.
10? It's at 10? Okay.
10%. But it doesn't burn.
Yeah, it doesn't burn.
Super smooth.
And I kind of want that little bit of burn with the barley wine.
Oh, all right.
So I usually
like it to burn.
I like it. I don't know. For me, a barley wine, is almost an all year round beer because I like it in the fall because it's going to warm you up. I like it in the winter because of the same thing. The spring and the summer, it's more of those cool nights. Or you're sitting by the fire, or you're camping, something like that.
Yeah.
That's what I'm sipping on. You know, it's one of those that it's just kind of, oh, hey man, I'm hanging out with my buddies, and it's nothing like, I wouldn't drink this for fantasy draft.
Well, because it's 10%, or because
yeah, this would maybe after fantasy draft is over.
Yeah.
I'd probably have it, but not
celebratory, like,
not
fuck you,
pregame.
motherfuckers, this is my team.
Yeah, this is not, oh, we're about to start. I'm just going to slam this bottle really quick before I make my number one pick.
Yeah.
You know, so
yeah.
It's good. You know, silver medal winner. I don't know what got bronze, so I can't, and gold, so I can't really say.
Well, if I were going to judge this on a barley wine scale,
yeah.
I think it's a fantastic barley wine. It hits all of the notes that a barley wine should hit. Now, whether or not those are your notes is a completely different thing.
Yeah, brown note is always a different note.
Brown note is definitely a different note. But you're pouring yourself another glass, so obviously you don't hate it.
I'm not saying I don't hate it. I'm just saying if it's around, I'll probably drink it.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'll go searching one out, but if they happen to be in GABF, I may try them and see if the gold and silver or the gold and bronze are there, and try those out as well.
Old Hickory's in your head now.
Yeah, it's you know, I think I've had Old Hickory before. I just can't remember what Old Hickory beer I've had.
Must have been a good beer if you don't remember it.
There's a lot of beers I don't remember.
I like this beer. I'm not crazy about it, but I like it. I like it a lot, and I don't know, 10% beers make me happy, especially when I've been a lightweight lately. I've been drinking a lot of lagers. I've been trying to not drink as much beer, so this 10% beer makes me very happy.
Oh, I guess I've had this before.
You had it?
The power of the internet. So on my Untapped registry, it shows I've had one of these before.
And you gave it 5 stars.
I'm still waiting to pull it up. For some reason, my Surface laptop, fuck you, Microsoft, goes to Bill Gates.
Bill Gates ghost.
Oh, see, what did I say? I'd say I probably wouldn't give it 4. I give it 3.75.
3.75.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you're the reason for this 3.83 rating.
It probably was a 5 until you rated it and it dropped it down. I was like, dude, that's an average. It had over 3,000 rating. My 1 doesn't drop it down that much. I maybe dropped it from like the 384 to the 383.
Yeah. Well, I gave it an Untapped 4 because I really enjoyed it. I think it's a great beer. And I'm glad that the Pebble brought it to us. This one has been sitting in the fridge. I'm thinking for probably at least a year. I think the Pebble brought this to us a while back.
We always say, "Bring us beer," and he brings us beer, and it's like, "Well, we'll just put it over there." We're just gonna set it over there.
It's just gonna sit in the fridge until some random night when we decide to record.
And want a barley wine.
Yeah, and want a barley wine.
Well, we usually, and I mean. I love the podcast. I love doing it, but it's kind of funny when we get down to it. It's like, oh, crap, we got to drink this because, so-and-so wants to try it. Yeah. And we got to drink this because of blah, blah, blah. And it just becomes like the past couple ones was like, oh, crap, I kind of want, a lager and you're, same thing. Just kind of getting that lager feel. Yeah. But it's like, oh, we got to drink this IPA because they, this person really thinks this is one of the best West Coast IPA. And it's like, all right, I'll drink the IPA. God damn it.
God damn it. Twist my arm. I shall drink the IPA.
But, you got a Pilsner there?
All right. Well, enough about barley wines. Let's talk about this little thing I got in this envelope.
What's in that envelope? That's kind of a little tiny envelope.
So this envelope, you're gonna hate this.
It's from Black Project. Yeah, I'm gonna hate it.
I joined the Black Project agent group. So I paid the money. I joined the group.
What's the agent group?
So their agent group is like their it's basically like They're a private group that you pay $100 to join.
Really? You paid
Yeah.
$100 to do this crap?
Yeah, but
I don't even know what it is. I'm already calling it shit.
so you get early access to all their releases. You get to buy beers out of the cellar that other people don't get to buy. You get discounts, which doesn't do me any good because I don't live in Denver.
I know.
So basically, I paid $100 for whatever's in this envelope.
It's like a big fuck you. Thank you.
But I'm pretty excited about it because you do get some agent-only beers, and I know you don't like sours, but I'm growing to love them. And I'm growing to love them because of their cellar ability. So my cellar...
Sellability or seller ability?
Both of those things. So they are sellable, but they're also cellarable.
Okay.
And so I've got all these stouts in my cellar, and every time I open one up, I'm like, oh, yeah, that's pretty much the same as it was the first time I had it. And then I open up a sour that's been sitting in the cellar for a year or two, and it's actually matured. As long as it's not one like some of the range of New Belgium beers that were pasteurized.
Yeah.
They've actually matured. They've actually changed. So that's why I decided to do it. And I don't know. I think this is pretty cool. This is a challenge coin that they sent me. Well, us. Our money is
going to become our new coin of destiny.
This might possibly become the new coin of destiny.
It's like sour beer, not sour beer.
I think it's a pretty sweet coin.
It is
man.
actually pretty. That is like, do you know what this is? This is a good poker coin.
That's a good poker coin.
That is a good card holder coin, man. That is solid.
I'm very excited about it. I'm excited to be an agent member.
Do you like go and secretly show that? Like
you do. You show this coin and you get your discounts on beer. There's a secret passcode that I cannot tell you.
Is it Black Project Dick?
No.
Oh, that'd be really hilarious.
If I told you that, then you would know.
What the fuck would I do with it? Like, I'm gonna go there. I'm like,
dude.
Hey, this guy told me that Black Project sucked dick. He's like, do you want to buy some beer?
I think this is okay. So, of all of the membership groups that I've bought into breweries, I've bought quite a few, this is one of the coolest things that I've ever gotten out of it.
It is cool. Like I wish that was part of the Catacomb Society. I would have probably bought into that.
Yeah.
Instead
of
cool,
the wooden card or whatever they would.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. This to me is pretty freaking cool, and I almost want to make these kind of coins for the Hopheads and Beer Geeks, and that's cool.
Yeah, that is
that's
really cool.
something unique to have. And I don't know. It's not the only reason I joined the group. I didn't even know I was going to get this when I joined the group.
Yeah, so it's like an add-on.
Yeah. So I think that's pretty sweet. Way to go, Black Project.
Now it makes it. It's going to be one heavy ass fucking coin of destiny. Now you could hear it as it dink dink as we drop it down the floor, and it does the whole. Let's see if it does a. Yep, we're just waiting for it. No sour, no sour, no sour, no sour.
I don't know. I thought that was pretty sweet.
That is actually really, like, if it was any other brewery, I'd probably buy into it. But I actually, this is pretty cool. This is a really cool, unique gift. They went above and beyond to add on to something that you would, most people like, oh, I'm just going to join it just so I could get access to the beer.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, that's part of the reason why I joined it.
And because, that was
not the only reason why I joined it.
When we sat around and talked about the Catacomb Society that Wiley Roots was doing, it was like I was on the fence because of the beer. I wasn't worried. The
possibility of sours being in the beers, which there were a lot.
Yeah, they end up being more than what he originally planned.
Yeah.
And that's the whole thing. I was glad I didn't do it was because I was worried that he was going to go that way. Now, I told you it was like 50-50. Like right down the middle, he had 3 barrel-aged somethings that I wanted to try, and the other were just sours.
Right.
And I was like, okay, I know I could trade off the sours. That's fine. But for being only 50%, like if he just did one more barrel-aged stout, I would have probably joined and then not worried about the other beers. But since it was like, I was like, man, I really just don't feel like spending the money for only being able to drink half the beer.
Yeah.
But end up being that, you got the overstock, and so I was able to still get some of the beers that I wanted to try.
Yeah.
He had the cold brew and some of those with it too, and the special releases. But it was cool. But like if you got a coin like that from him, I would have been pissed I didn't join.
I'm agreeing with you because I got a shirt that didn't fit.
Yeah.
I got beers that were great, but some were great, some were okay.
Yeah.
And nothing really special. Like they have a special Facebook group that you can trade your beers within or discuss whatever's going on in the aging group. And then you also get released to cellar beers that are beers that were released to the public. Sometimes, like one of the beers they released in August was 2 years ago. And they've been cellaring them, and they released them only to agents.
That's cool.
To me, that's worth it.
Now,
granted, you still have to buy the beer.
Yeah, that's true.
But if they do that kind of stuff once a month, then your $100 goes a long way because you're still paying the same price everybody else paid, but you're also getting the beers that everybody else got. And you didn't have to wait in line. You didn't have to do the lottery. You didn't have to do any other things.
It's almost like a secret menu, like In and Out. And that
There is a secret menu, too.
Oh, really?
Yes.
See?
There is a secret menu. If you go in and you give the password that I cannot tell you, then you get a beer that's on tap only to agent members.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
See, that'd be like, I thought about that. Like, if you started a brewery and you had like a secret menu, you had 8 taps, but you only showed 4 beers up top, and you waited for that guy going, wait, you have 8 taps. Why do you only show 4 beers? Then you kind of let that guy in a little bit on the secret. So you get your regulars onto that. So, like, if a guy comes in and you just order a stout, but a guy comes in after and like, hey, I want that stout wild style.
Yeah.
It's that stout, but it's barrel aged.
Yeah.
And people are like, wait a minute. When he poured my beer, I got the same thing he did, but he got it from that tap.
Yeah.
What's the difference here? So that'd be kind of cool.
Yeah. It's pretty cool, man. I'm excited about it. I didn't buy any beers in August. I wish I had, because after speaking with a couple of people that know a lot about Black Project, a lot more than I do, they were like, yeah, you should have bought those beers, because those are beers that, I mean, if I had been in it for the profit, I could have bought those beers, turned around and sold them on the interwebs for my $100 plus some.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
it happens.
But I have every month for the next year to figure it out.
Yeah.
So I'm excited about it. I
Yeah,
think it's pretty cool.
GABF coming up. You'll probably go hit it up, and
I will definitely be down there during JBF. I was planning on going down there for fantasy draft, but now we have to get up at fucking butt-fuck early.
You have to get up.
I have to get up really early to get down there to play disc golf.
I decided to bow out of disc golf this time, just because my wife told me it's either go play disc golf, go draft and get your ass home, or go draft and you could hang out. You could stay in Blackhawk that night.
You chose wisely.
So I was like, you know what? I am gonna relax this year a little bit and go for draft and hang out later instead of go throw disc and be tired during draft.
Yeah.
And then everybody's going to go have fun, and I'm going to be like, oh, I got to go home. So
yeah, you chose wisely. Fantasy draft is going to be probably, so we've done Blackhawk once now. We've done Vegas twice.
3 times.
Okay. 3 times?
Yeah.
I may not have been on the first one.
Yeah.
But I think this year is going to be probably one of the biggest shit shows we've ever had. I'm expecting this to be just dramatically bad. It's going to just not go well.
What do you mean, like draft-wise of like...
Draft-wise, there's a lot of things that are kind of up in the air.
I think it's still going to be a little bit of the same. I think there's still going to be the well, I thought we voted to blah, blah, blah do this, and I thought we voted to blah, blah, blah do that.
We're always going to have those arguments.
Yeah, and, I wish the commissioner would just figure it out and get that shit taken care of beforehand.
Good thing the commissioner doesn't listen to this shit.
I know. And I'll tell him that, like I've told him every year, it's like, dude, you have 2 weeks after the fucking championship or even after the Super Bowl to start saying, hey, here's, what are you guys thinking? Do you want to do low key? Do you want to do medium key or do you want to do high key?
Right.
Low key is your basement, We could do it back down here again. Free beer, everybody pitch on pizza. You're talking about fucking what? Like out of your pocket $15 and then you pay your fees.
Yeah.
Or you're talking medium key, go to Blackhawk or find someplace else to do it. Or like even Crow Hop. Did you see Crow Hop was offering a fantasy football package?
Yeah.
I was like, why aren't we doing it someplace local? Why are we not spending our money? Like last year, yeah, we did. It was draft and then Jones's like technical bachelor's party weekend, which wasn't really like pushed, but it was technically supposed to be it.
Right.
This is nothing. Like we're not going up to Blackhawk. We're only going to Blackhawk to draft.
Right.
So if I would to travel to go draft, I'd rather it be Vegas.
I agree.
And I would rather that this year been a low-key year where we just met at somebody's house, find a middle ground. If someone wanted to throw it at their house, or we called around and found a place that was like fucking $30, because guys are probably going to gamble a shit ton of money away. How much was your room? $90?
My room was $90, but after taxes and everything, it was more like $160.
Okay,
but yeah.
So 100 and whatever. And do you think that what if we said, "Hey, man, I found the Summit will give us a room for 5 hours. They'll give us $3, and it may suck that it's like Budweiser and Bud Lights, but if you want craft, it's $5."
Yeah.
But the food is going to be catered by them, and we have a room, and then we have 2 hours of free bowling after. That would be fun. I think that would be a great freaking Saturday to go and do that and keep it low key, and then discuss there like, hey, next year Vegas,
right.
Or the year after Vegas, or we have to figure that out.
Yeah, I'm with you there, and that's why I feel like this year is going to be kind of a garbage year because we've done too much. We've pushed it too far.
Yeah.
We've pushed the envelope. Every year it seems like we're trying to go one up and one up. And honestly, I think 2 years ago, 2017, probably is going to be hard to top.
Yeah. Oh, no, dude, that is like...
The Cabana...
oh, God, are you freaking kidding me?
That one is going to be hard to top. So now I feel like we're just always trying to push that envelope.
Yeah. Eventually, I'd like it to put... And I understand we have 2 out-of-towners. We have Dewey in San Diego, and we have...
Now we have 2 out-of-towners.
And Handsome Rob in Wyoming.
Handsome Rob... You know what? I'm not upset that Handsome Rob's not going to make it because, my God, he's a brewer from Melvin, and fuck him. Fuck it. Let him go and do whatever he's got to do.
As
long as he sends me beer.
Yeah, that's fine.
Handsome Rob, send us some Melvin beer.
So maybe some small package stuff that you can get your hands on, or it's very locally distributed.
Yeah.
But I'm with you. Like I can understand it's his first year at his job.
Yeah.
I wouldn't expect him. Like as long as he makes a showing, like you got to be able to communicate and say, okay, hey, I'm off this time. Let's get draft done. Who am I calling? Who am I FaceTiming? How am I able to watch the board? Get that all shit figured out. I don't care about out-of-towners, but I'd love it that if we could get to the point, since there's in town and out of town, if you lose, you get the toilet bowl, you're responsible for hosting.
Yeah.
That'd be freaking pretty cool.
Yeah.
And so, like, if Dewey lost and it's in San Diego, I understand he has twins, but hey, guess who's coming to dinner?
He's got to figure that shit out. Yeah.
So,
I love that idea.
yeah, I think with everybody having really good jobs and being able to save money and upping the ante, we should up other parts of fantasy.
I agree. And I think you should bring that up during the pre-draft discussion.
That's what's gonna cause the clusterfuck.
That's where the clusterfuck always happens for sure.
But I'm with you. I've always said this: fantasy football is great. It's fun, but the draft is the event. The draft is what you want to be. Nobody talks about everybody meeting and having beers and watching the Sunday night game for the championship because these two guys have two guys going and they need blah, blah, blah to score this many points for them to win.
Right, yeah.
There is no meeting of that.
Yeah.
We even talked about that. We were in the championship against each other. We did not say, hey, how about you come over to my house and we'll watch the games together. It was we kept ourselves separate. And we just kind of
isolated ourselves completely, yeah.
And so it was just kind of one of those, but the draft, once the championship ends, the draft is always talked about.
Hey there, hopheads and beer geeks. Reber here to tell you about Beerds by Nick. Beerds by Nick makes all of the great products you need to get your beard looking great. Everything from beard wash, mustache wax, beard oil, beard combs, and even beard wipes. The beard wipes are hands down one of my favorite products, and you can only find them at Beerds by Nick. Go to beardsbynick.com, BEERDS, beardsbynick.com. Use the promo code GalaxyHops at checkout.
Beer news.
Yeah, there is some stuff in the beer news. I mean, AB InBev came out of retirement.
Oh, yeah.
And
Well, they never really retired.
yeah, it's been at least almost 2 years since they bought anybody.
Yeah.
And I did not see it coming.
That was out of nowhere.
Out of complete nowhere. And to buy a brewery in Ohio. Ohio.
They're right. They're like neighbors.
To buy a brewery in Ohio, to me that was surprising in a way, except for the fact that Ohio's craft beer scene is booming right now.
Oh yeah.
So for them to buy one of the bigger breweries in Ohio makes a lot of sense.
Oh yeah.
Now, granted, I don't know a whole lot about Platform other than the fact that InBev bought them.
Actually, the first time I've ever heard about their brewery is because InBev bought them. And that's kind of scary. Now, granted, if I lived on the East Coast, it would... No, I don't know how hard it would be to know about Breckenridge Brewing. And so...
Yeah.
And it's not like Blue Point... Yeah, I did not know about them, so...
I hadn't heard the name.
Yeah.
Only through GABF.
Yep.
10 Barrel, I had heard the name.
Through GABF.
Through a GABF.
Elysium, I've had their beers. I think I poured... Well, they poured down from us at GABF.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Golden Road. I had heard their name.
Get off that brown, man. That was the shit.
Get off that brown.
I've known them for way before they got bought.
I mean, that one was one where I was like, ooh, they have a really fucking good brown ale. Yeah. So, I mean, I don't necessarily think that it was out of nowhere, but it kind of came out of nowhere to me, simply for the fact that I kind of thought AB InBev was done for a little while.
Yeah. I thought they had their catalog, as they called it, of craft beer, their high end, as they so stated in a letter to people. I was with you. I thought that, and also I thought when they merged with Miller, the whole government was like, no, that's it, you're done.
Well, but then they developed this entire new craft division.
Yep.
And it opened things up for them. And well, I don't have much to say about it except for the fact that let's try some platform beer.
Yeah,
let's see what's up.
I wouldn't mind trying it,
But I am kind of surprised because there's a fine line between. Well, no, I'm not even gonna go there. I'm surprised.
Say it.
I was just surprised. I was shocked. I really was. I was totally shocked.
I was shocked too. Like, I think I was with you. I think their days of purchasing thing, I thought they were, my prediction was them either buying or merging with a major liquor. Right. Like, I thought them and Jim Beam or them and Jack Daniels or something. Like, it would have been like this major, coming of big companies together, not beer. Like that, I didn't think it was going to be another craft beer, but hey, but this is the whole thing. Like, remember when, Goose Island, sold, people, oh man, I'm never drinking their beer again. And then, it kept going down the line, and it seemed like every time that a brewery sold, they got freaking this hate, on Facebook and all that. It seemed like this time people were like, oh, okay. Yeah. It's like, all right, yeah, they make good beer. Okay, whatever. They're just like, yeah, AB is going to do what AB does. Don't, InBev is okay. Like and it didn't, like, you never heard of anything else. It was just like push. And then it seemed like right after they announced that, Bourbon County, Goose Island put their 2019 Bourbon County Stout lineup out, and everybody's like, oh, did you see the stout lineup?
Right.
And still going, okay, wait, 10 years ago, you guys are like, Goose Island this, Bourbon County Stout tastes like Bud Light, blah, 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 this. And now it's, did you see what they're doing? They bought an, who cares? But did you see the lineup? So it's just kind of funny how craft beer kind of like, you get these hardcore craft beer drinkers, but now it just seems like they're like, okay, craft beer drinkers,
Yeah, and I mean, that's part of it, but also there's the fact that Platform just straight up meets the criteria.
Oh yeah,
Platform
they
has
boxes.
Multiple locations. They have tap rooms all over Ohio. They have grown exponentially over the last 2 to 3 years. They check all the boxes.
Oh, yeah.
They really do. Now, I'm gonna say this, and I know it's not a possibility, but does WeldWorks not check the boxes? Are they not developing into the thing that checks the boxes?
If they open a Denver location with a restaurant, then yes. I think.
Well, they've got Colorado Springs. I don't see Denver, but I do see farther south or farther west.
I was gonna say, are they gonna buy Pueblo? Because we talked about that. I heard it's so during that beer fest, I did taste quite a good quality of beer. Not great quality, good quality of beer. So I don't know. That's gonna be a little tougher.
I don't think that is the avenue.
Yeah, and
because I know the people that work there. I know the environment that's there. I don't think that is the plan, but it just is. It's kind of crazy when you see these breweries developing these strategies that attract being bought out.
I mean, you would think the next one, like if it was another Colorado one, I would say Odell's.
Which has already been, like, that's been mentioned in the past that could be a possibility.
Yeah. But I think
as well as New Belgium, but I don't think that's a possibility.
I think they're, like, if it was Colorado, but I actually don't think they're even looking at Colorado. I think they have Breckenridge. They're fine with that. I think they need someone close. I think they have the Columbus Brewery, so I think that's why they probably looked at Platform.
That is very true.
Yeah.
Plus, you have Ryan Geist, who is
killing
it and has grown exponentially.
Oh God! Every time I got one of their beers, I fucking loved it. Yeah. You know.
So I get it. I totally understand why they chose that market as a market to buy out a brewery.
Oh yeah.
Same reason when they bought Breckenridge. Same as when they bought 10 Barrel. I get it. Now, here's my hope is that I actually get to try some Platform beer.
Oh yeah, I would love to try it.
I just want to try some Platform beer. I'm not gonna like become a Platform. Oh my God, you gotta try Platform beer. I just want to try it.
Yeah.
I'm just hoping that this moves some Platform beer down my direction so I can try it.
Hey, when they bought Golden Road, the one thing I was thinking was, get off that brown is going to be at every goddamn liquor store, and I could buy it. Guess what? No, it's not.
Yeah.
And I still send an angrily worded letter to Anheuser-Busch the 18th, who died 3 months ago, God rest his soul, and inbev.com.yo saying, where's my get off my goddamn brown?
Yeah.
You know, that's all I wanted.
So bottom line is, they've gone and bought it.
It's happened, but it doesn't seem like there's any huge repercussions. So if I was the person who sold, the owner of Platform and sold,
right,
I would have been like, all right, wait, I'm still getting, customers are still coming.
Yeah.
Nobody's been like, you're a sellout, you know, and I could still cash my check. Okay, fine, you know.
Yeah. So let's add to the AB InBev dog pile. And so today was the deadline for AB InBev to buy out Craft Brewers Alliance.
Oh yeah.
Craft Brewers Alliance had given them a hard August 24th deadline, and I didn't hear any news. I didn't hear anything of they had actually completed their transaction. So, I mean, granted, that doesn't mean that it isn't going to come out tomorrow.
Oh yeah.
But I mean, they already owned 31% of the Craft Brewers Alliance, and to me, that was something that was just inevitable. It was going to come.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing tomorrow or the next day we're going to hear something about it.
Yeah, either or that or like 2 months that they said, oh, yeah, well, we bought it a month ago, but it all has to stay confidential because of the numbers.
Right. Yeah.
Oh, I'm with you, but hey, did you read in the news about the Bourbon County lineup for this year?
I did, and it's pretty much usual.
It is the usual, but the one thing I did like about it, and for those who do not collect that eventually did get into Bourbon County, they are doing the 3 years of vertical box, 17, 18, and 19.
That's pretty cool.
So I thought that was kind of cool.
Yeah.
Some of the higher end ones, which I don't think we're gonna get even to see or try, the Bourbon County Double Barrel Stout, and then the 2-year Reserve Bourbon County.
Yeah.
I would love to get my hands on one of those.
We're going to have to hit up our friends in Chicago, I think, to make that happen.
Yeah, and they're probably going to still flip me off or tell me they want my bottle of Vanilla Mininoche. And fuck you, I'm drinking that draft, bitches.
Yeah. You need to taste this beer because it's fucking delicious. This is Night Glow from Cerebral Brewing. It's their Imperial Porter.
You gave me one of those. That is really good.
Yeah. That beer is, it's been sitting in my fridge for a while. I keep waiting for just the right moment to drink it, and I think now is that moment.
And you're like, and right now.
We've talked enough about AB InBev, talked enough about fantasy football, but there's got to be something else in the news.
God, I was trying to pull it up. So, Bob, brewery on Broadway, closed down.
About that.
But a new brewery's going in there and going to keep it Bob.
Really?
Yep. So it's technically going to be a different Bob, but the same Bob.
Oh, okay.
But then I also read that the brewery that's going in there, since all the equipment's there, is selling their equipment. And they said brewery for sale, but there's 2 conditions. You could work out the lease of the place with the owner, or you could just buy the equipment.
Yeah.
So I thought that was kind of, but then after that, I saw the post go up and then the post go right back down. So I don't know if someone made him an offer right away or what's going on, but I mean, you got to think.
Maybe the posting was just a
little feeler out there.
Well, maybe it was just a formality.
But it seems we are getting, I don't want to say it's the bubble burst, but it's like the bubble plateau.
In Colorado, yes. I think we've reached that plateau where the breweries that aren't making excellent beer and making a name for themselves or making a splash are slowly going to start busting.
Yeah. But
it's inevitable. I mean, when you have so many fantastic breweries in Colorado, the ones that are just average, especially in Denver, are going to start dropping off.
Yeah.
It's just going to happen. And now we have several breweries up here that meet those criteria.
Oh, yeah.
But we're not as saturated. We're not at the same brewery per capita that Denver is at. So I feel like in northern Colorado, we still have time before that is going to start happening. Yeah. Now in Denver, that's a completely different story. Rents are higher. There's more people. Those people are going to the trendy breweries. That's just Denver right now.
Yeah. But that's what is kind of funny, where you have a place in a good location but not making good beer. They start to go, oh crap, we're going to have to close. This place down that's in a crappy location who makes great beer and they're busy all the time goes, you know what? We could freaking sell that place and we're going to be in a better location. We're just going to go over there. Screw the crappy one. And we don't care about the rent because we know we could sell enough beer that we could afford the rent.
The rent here,
and you deal with that shitty rent and that shitty place over there.
Yeah.
And it's kind of fun where you see places like, oh, hey, we're moving. Yeah, like moving around. And it's like, oh, okay, like that's cool. And okay, I get you, whatnot. But it's just kind of funny, like, oh, that place goes down. Oh, they're going over there. Oh, that's kind of where it's going over there. So it's just kind of one of those moving, you know.
It's going to be a revolving door of breweries. It's going to be like restaurants.
Oh, yeah.
It's going to end up being like a restaurant where,
that serves really great beer.
Well, think about how many restaurants you've seen where it's an Indian place and then they close down. And then another Indian place goes in.
But it's not quite the same.
It's not quite the same. And then a Mexican place goes in. And you just realize that it's a revolving door of okay restaurants.
And then it becomes a Chick-fil-A, and then you're like, yay!
When do we get a Chick-fil-A?
That's all I'm waiting. I'm waiting for one. That's all I'm waiting for. I really don't care about any other restaurant, just a Chick-fil-A. The only thing I'm pissed about is I can't eat it on Sunday. We did our little errand thing with our kids. Our air conditioner went out this last weekend, so
that sucks.
No, I was trying to figure out the best. Like, we went and bought some more box fans, but I thought it was a smaller part that I could just go get from Home Depot. I thought it was the capacitor that went out.
The flux capacitor.
Oh, yeah. So, because my AC goes back in time and brings me like fucking Abraham Lincoln and shit. And me and him talk all the time and drink beers.
All right, whatever.
Because I was like, hey, dude, what are you doing after this? He was like, well, I'm going to go see a play. I'm like, no. Oh, man, he's gone. Oh, fuck. I hope he likes that play. So I was trying to find it. So we went and I was like, she was like, well, how about we stop and get something to eat on the way home? And I go, yeah, let's get Chick-fil-A. She's like, are you being serious or are you just being an asshole?
It's Sunday, you dick.
I know. And I'm like, I don't remember what day it is. I was like, God damn it. Like, it's just one of those things. She's like, this is like the fourth time you've said that in front of the kids on a goddamn Sunday.
You can't say that in front of
You can't say that. So I said, let's just go to Costco. My daughter loves going to Costco and eating there, so I don't mind going. And it's cheap. I can't believe.
Right. Yeah.
How, so this is, we talked about the Kirkland guy, Costco, a beer that they make. But, dude, I've been drinking some of their liquor. Some of their liquor's not that bad.
The Kirkland liquor?
Yeah.
You've been drinking Kirkland booze.
I've been drinking Kirkland liquor.
Oh, Jesus Christ. You've stooped to that level already? Wow.
Hey, man, when their Canadian whiskey is being outrated than Crown, I don't mind paying $10 cheaper for a fucking bottle. Like, I bought some of their, like, I love rum and cokes every once in a while, so I was like, fuck it. I'm going to pay $10 for a bottle of dark rum. Yeah. And I'm not, like, talking, like, a small bottle. I'm talking, like, Kirkland, Costco bottle of rum. And that's
so you basically bought a barrel of rum.
A barrel of rum. And it is actually not that bad, Yeah. My wife likes their they do the pre-mixed margarita. And that stuff actually compares well with the Cuervo pre-mixed stuff that they sell at liquor stores.
I don't like the pre-mixed stuff because I want my margarita to be as strong as I want my margarita.
Well, that's just, well, then pour more tequila in it.
But that's the point, is I want to be able to pour all the tequila in it that I want to.
Well, see, and me, I have kids, and I need a quick margarita. I could pour that on ice. I'm good to go.
I'm busy trying to take a selfie.
I know. What are you fucking doing? With the whole tripod?
Oh, dude, I got all the stuff.
Did you buy the whole package?
All the selfie stuff.
The selfie stuff? Did it come in your? Did it come in your Kim Kardashian kit?
Yeah, I got booty implants that came with it.
It's like, didn't you see that picture on Instagram that I posted? I was like, dude, it was a picture of you holding the phone this far away. He's like, yeah, but I had the booty implants in.
You see my booty.
I put a mirror in the bag. Didn't you see the mirror in the back? It was photobombing my bombing booty, right?
The booty.
I don't know if I talked about. See, we haven't been in a while since we recorded.
Yeah, it's been a long minute.
Did we? Did I talk about the Big Beers Beer Festival?
No.
Oh, so went down. That was at the beginning of August. They changed the location. They put it outside, which was kind of cool.
Yeah.
The one thing that I thought they had, so it's not a beer festival. They have liquor there too.
On a boat.
Yeah, it was a beer boat. And so the boat, I thought the boat got to move around. The boat didn't get to move around. The boat was always docked the whole time.
Yeah, that's what kind of.
But Bird Dog sponsored the boat, and Bird Dog did a whole bunch of different mixed drinks. I found out I like a lot of Bird Dog mixed drinks. Probably a little too much. They do, what is their mojito mixed with their blackberry Bird Dog.
Okay.
And
blackberry dog.
Oh yeah, it was good. It was a fucking really good mixed drink. And I asked the guy, I go, well, what's in this? He goes, 2 parts mojito mix, 1 part bird dog. And I go, I just saw you pour seltzer in this. Is this supposed to be like a hard seltzer? He's like, no, I just do that just because everybody likes those. I just put a little bubble in it.
Well, people do like the seltzers.
So I was like, okay, that's cool. But like that was, they did a rum and coke or whiskey and coke, what they call it, but it wasn't that good. Full fucking glasses of the shit. And they were like strong as shit. And I'm like, holy crap, I got to get off this boat eventually. The funny thing was went back to the VIP area a little bit later. I go up, and part of the VIP area that nobody else in the, in the whole festival was getting was Natter Days. I'm like, what? I was like, this is a VIP beer? And he's like, yeah. I was like, how is this VIP? I guess Big Bear sells out of it every time they put it in stock.
Wow.
They cannot keep it stocked. What also they can't keep stocked because nobody likes it and they have to make room for other beer is Bud Light came out with a Bud Light tea. They had that in the VIP.
Hard tea.
No, I don't think it was a hard tea. It was Bud Light flavored with tea and lemon.
Okay. I thought it was a hard tea.
Yeah. So it was like in a 32 ounce or 25 ounce can. And the girl, I was like, really? Tea? Can I try it? And she's like, well, do you want the can? I go, wait, I can't take it because this is a beer. No. They didn't sell, so we were told to give the cans away. I go, are you freaking kidding me?
So they're giving you full cans.
They were giving full cans of the and I go, well, let me try it first. Oh my God, it was probably the worst beer I've ever tasted in my whole entire life. It was like tea mixed with warm piss, and the can was cold.
Sounds lovely.
Oh God, it was like it was a cold can. How can this taste like warm piss? How does the physics work as you pour it out? Does it like hit the air and slowly warm up like magically? I don't know.
Yeah.
Like it was terrible. But I got to try some really good stuff out there. The one was there's a brewery out there that does a chili beer, Walters, but P-Dub was out there and became Reservoir Brewing. It got bought out by a guy. The guy ended up quitting, didn't like the brewery, didn't like doing the brewery thing, but found a guy that was part of a homebrew club, bought him. He did a chili beer, was a blonde. And if this guy lagers this beer, holy shit. And it's green chili, mango, blonde. The thing is, like, it is perfectly balanced, but there's like, I told him, I don't know why you put mango. I can't even taste it. I was like, if you're going to do it next time, don't do it. He goes, well, I was going to back off the chili. And I was like, no, the chili is perfect. The chili is a perfect spice in that beer, but I would lager it. I would put those.
So not make it a blonde, make it like a lager.
Yeah.
Okay,
And he was like, I was thinking about that, but Walters already does that. I was like, yeah, but I don't know what balance you're using it. It tastes way better than Walters.
Right.
And he won. I think he actually won best beer at the beer festival. They were doing the little token things.
Yeah.
Got some Breckenridge, of course. I had to go there and hit up the lady. That dude,
Breckenridge lady.
Oh well, no, the Breckenridge brewery lady.
Oh.
Or the Breckenridge bourbon lady.
Okay. I was gonna say
one thing I
wait
felt.
a minute, what's the Breckenridge lady?
The one thing I felt bad about is they had the Coors girl by herself in a tent, like in the corner. Like all these other, like there was a couple beer, brewery beer tents, or a beer and a liquor and a beer, or beer and a vending and something. They had this all by herself. Coors Light. I'm pouring Coors Light, and it's like, well, that's kind of jacked up. And I was like, why does she get put out there? And I'm like, well, Coors doesn't own any other breweries. I'm like, are you freaking kidding me? Kugels are here. They own them dumbasses. Where's Blue Moon's up right there? Right, they own them. Yeah. I was like, dude, you got to get knowing on your freaking how.
No idea.
It was cool. I loved it outside. It was a good night in Pueblo. They did fireworks afterwards.
That's cool.
Yeah, so we had a good time. But they did like So they really didn't check. Like, they gave it was an Everbright, whatever, Eventbrite fucking event or whatever that you do on your phone.
Yeah.
And my sister had the tickets, and I'm like, oh, here, make sure they scan them. They never scanned shit. So she could have sent that to my dad. My dad could have came in for free.
Yeah.
Because they were just like, oh. And you just have to go, oh, here's my ticket. And I was like, I should just hold up some random fucking barcode. So here's my ticket. And see if they were, oh. Like, they were not scanning anything. I was like, you guys have to, because people are going to figure that shit out.
Yeah.
Even, it doesn't matter if it's Pueblo. They're going to be like, oh, shit, I'm just going to send you these. Just come on in. Go through VIP.
Yeah.
And our VIP gift, which I was excited about, were supposed to be these copper mugs, these copper pints that were faux copper because once I washed them, the copper fell off of them. Yeah.
All right, Hopheads and Beer Geeks, that'll do it for another episode of the Hopheads Guide podcast. If you enjoy the show, make sure that you go and subscribe and rate us on all of your favorite podcast platforms. Check us out on all of the social medias at Hopheads Guide. We're also on Untapped, Rebeer, and Brown Jake. Then, of course, go and check out our sponsor, Beards by Nick, www.beardsbynick.com, and get yourself some products to make your beard look great. Thanks for listening.